From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
Kent's Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
All right, I've been talking about that super blue moon for the last few days. Of course, tonight is the big event. Moonrise will be at 8:01 this evening, and it'll be a great time to check out the super blue moon. Of course, you can check out some of the fun facts here. It's the closest in its orbit to the Earth here. That's why it appears to be 14% larger, and not to mention 30% brighter than other full moons. And the blue part of it is the second full moon of the month. That's not very common. So this will be the second blue moon we've seen so far for this month, making it a blue moon. So we put the two together, we get a super blue moon. And the next super blue moon will not occur until January of 2037, which another rare occurrence at that point will be 2 months later. It'll be in March of that same year, another super blue moon. So kind of interesting there. So be sure to check it out. Hopefully there's not a ton of smoke out there. And I'll show you why. Because there's a plume of smoke that could start to arrive sometime this evening. Let's take you to about 8 o'clock tonight around moonrise time, right? We're beginning to see some of the haze and smoke begin to work its way into parts of the valley, in particular Redding and maybe Red Bluff. Not as much as you head south, and of course not as much for Siskiyou, Modoc County, and the eastern mountains either. But this is something to kind of bear in mind. As you're looking at the super moon, you might be dealing with more of an orangish tint because of this, because it gets a little bit more dense as we go into the overnight and early morning hours. In fact, we may even see some slightly smoky skies for your Thursday morning tomorrow, but these yellows indicate kind of the hazy to moderate. So yeah, we may smell a little bit of smoke out there, but I don't expect it to be as bad as what we saw yesterday. So we can at least look forward to that. And it looks like that may kind of dissipate as we go into Thursday evening, but then looks like another plume of smoke trying to come on in here as we go into Thursday night and maybe into Friday morning as well. In fact, there's a look at Friday at 6 a.m. Looks like some of that smoke around the Redding area, but then that may dissipate by Friday afternoon. Okay, we switch gears. We're going to talk about the red flag warning that's in effect until 8 o'clock tonight. The winds, for the most part today, have been between 25 and 35 miles per hour. And of course, it was enough to warrant the PG&E to put PSPSs out there, basically turning up power for several of their customers. Hopefully, as the winds die down later tonight, you'll begin to get that power back, and the red flag warning should be allowed to expire at that point. We take a look at the winds as we take you into tonight. You can see not that bad. In fact, we go into tomorrow morning, even around noon, the wind's not a factor. Now, here's what's interesting. Something to bear in mind. As we go into tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, we're seeing another little pickup of those winds coming in from the north. It may be just light enough, if you will, or maybe not windy enough for the National Weather Service to issue that red flag warning, but we'll see. We'll see what happens as we go into Thursday evening. We'll have to kind of watch that. And it looks like, though, as we do go into Friday afternoon, those winds will start to die down again. All right, so here's the deal. Big cool down on Friday with showers and thunderstorms for your Friday and Saturday. And then, of course, looks like dry and mild for the second half of your Labor Day weekend. So for the valley, tonight we're looking at mainly clear skies here tonight. Temperatures are going to be in the low to mid 90s for your daytime highs on Thursday. And for the mountains, we're going to be looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Now, we could be looking at some showers tomorrow afternoon for Siskiyou, Modoc County, and even the eastern mountains, but probably not until the second half of the day tomorrow. All right, so you can see right now there's not a lot going on in the Pacific, but I've got my eyes on this right here because this is going to be that first push that could bring us some of those showers that we could possibly see here as we do go into tomorrow, especially for the northern mountains, including even Trinity County and the eastern mountains as well. And you know, when we look at Futurecast, you'll see that the valley is being put in that. We'll see what happens. But let's take a look, first of all, at those temperatures, because this cooler air is going to break off from that upper level flow. This is the big cool down on Friday, not to mention Saturday. That then scoots off to the east and dies out. But some cooler air will park itself up to our north. And as the heat to our south expands northward, it's going to have a hard time moving into our area. Now, temperatures will warm up next week. There's no doubt about that. But we should most likely stay below normal with those temperatures as we go into next week. All right, let's take a look hour by hour forecast. Here's the latest futurecast. Now, what's interesting is we go into tomorrow at about 3 p.m., it's actually showing some rain in the valley. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that as this passes through, it's so dry out there that most likely most of this will evaporate before reaching the ground in the valley. That being said, we can't rule out a stray sprinkle, maybe a light shower for Thursday afternoon. But I don't think it'll be enough to cancel any outdoor plans. So if you have outdoor plans in the valley, don't cancel them, right? But if you head up north into Siskiyou County, Modoc County, and of course the eastern mountains, I think we have a better chance for some of that rain making its way in. And it's not out of the question for a lightning strike or two tomorrow afternoon as well. But the main event arrives Friday. You see how it was kind of spinning? That main area of low pressure I was showing you that's bringing the cooler air, that'll be right on top of us. So we're going to see all of this kind of rotating, kind of spinning around that area of low pressure. So these storms will be moving in this direction, these storms will be moving off to the west, and these storms will be moving down to the south and east. It depends on where you are and the location of that area of low pressure. But bottom line, we're seeing thunderstorms popping up Friday afternoon, including parts of the valley. Now that'll be the case as we go into Friday evening as well. And then by Friday night, most of it breaks apart. And then I do expect to see another round on Saturday. But before we get into that, I do want to mention the National Weather Service has issued a flash flood watch for northern Trinity County, including Highway 299 northward. Now, this is mainly for Friday as the storm systems pass through. There may be another one reissued on Saturday, depending on how strong the storms are expected to be. But this is mainly for the river complex burn scar area, where we could be looking at periods of heavy rain. Slow movement of these storms could mean a large amount of rainfall in one area in a long period of time, which would mean localized flooding. And if we get it over the burn scar area of the river complex, that could also mean mudslides and debris flows. And again, that could be along Highway 299 corridor, not to mention Highway 3 as well. So this is something we're going to have to watch as we do go into your Friday with those storms moving on through. All right, so let's take a look at Saturday. Again, we have the chance for more showers and thunderstorms again Saturday. Then we go into Sunday. Now, this particular forecast model is drawing this out. The European forecast model yesterday was showing dry conditions. Today, now it's showing the potential for some rain again on Sunday, maybe even on Monday of next week. For now, I'm keeping it dry. We'll see what happens tomorrow if there's going to be a little bit more consistency. But through next week, it does look dry. All right, so here's what we have in store for us tonight. I think we're going to see the smoky skies tonight for the inland areas, for Trinity County, and then of course for the valley, looking at mainly dry conditions and mainly clear conditions, although some of that smoke will be coming in here late tonight and early tomorrow morning. Now as we go into tomorrow, all right, here's what we got. Chance for some scattered showers for Trinity County. I think it'll be mainly dry for the valley on Thursday, tomorrow, right? But we could see a stray sprinkle or a light shower, especially up to the north. Now, we are looking at the potential for showers, maybe some thunderstorms here as we head off to the east. But again, I think it's going to be very light, and even this might be overdoing it for Chester. But you get the idea. The chances are beginning to make their presence known of showers as we go into your Thursday for the northern mountains, Siskiyou County, Modoc County, and the eastern mountains. Now, as we look at our 7-day forecast, what we're going to see is that, yeah, we've got the showers and thunderstorms for Friday, Saturday for everyone. For now, I'm taking out any chances for showers and thunderstorms on Sunday and Monday. Stay tuned and keep a close eye on the forecast if you do have Labor Day weekend plans, because Sunday and Monday at this point are still up in the air as far as chances for showers and thunderstorms are concerned, especially in the mountains. I think the valley, for the most part, will be dry, though, for your Sunday, Monday. Also, take note of the temperatures. I have, since the last few days, increased those temperatures up into the low 90s for next Tuesday and Wednesday, but that's still below normal for this time of year.